What's up, guys? Tugi here, back again. And after a fairly disappointing episode, I'd say it's safe to call it that, we move forward into the off season. And despite this team, needing some changes, I don't know if we'll do anything major aside from trading Nick Lappin in this episode, because I want to take a look at all of our options. I certainly floated the idea out there of trading John Tavares, and that is something we might do. But quickly, before we move forward, I just wanted to get you guys a look, very, very quickly, at the team that just won the Stanley Cup. Why Zach Parise is only an 87? Who the hell knows? But this is, of course he's there. Yep, of course he is. He just won't go away. Did we look? I don't remember if we looked at this team or not. But, yeah, we did. We definitely did because of Calvin Pickard. Well, consider that a waste of a few minutes. But that's okay. That is okay. Let's move forward and figure out just how the hell this draft is going to go. Because I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know. That's the only way to put it. I do not know. But as we get a look here, Columbus wins the lottery. And I want us to win the Stanley Cup. Yeah, we fell just a little bit short of that, Mr. Owner. So we lose Jarrett Stoll, Boyd Gordon, and Mike Koska. Not a big deal. Of course, they were just surplus down in Chicago. Patrick Marleau, Henrik Sedin, among other players that retire, including Rick Nash at 35. But of course, we are not going to name everybody. But there you go. You get the idea. Some decent names. I forgot to look at goalies throughout the league. Oh well. Oh well, indeed. It is draft day. Let's do this. The team may be drastically different. It may not. I am not sure. First things first, though, we do need to take a look at Nick Lappin's value, as we will look to get him out of here after we signed him to a somewhat ridiculous contract just to make up for the fact that we were losing the likes of Sam Gagner. But let's see here. As far as potential goes, that's the thing. In my mind, I'm like, well, maybe we could trade John Tavares for, the first overall pick. I'd rather know for sure who we're getting. I'd rather trade him for a left wing if we do move him. And that way we could have left wing, Eichel, and whoever. Although, Michael Dowcole is there. I should say it would obviously be Line on that right-hand side. So just who knows how this team is going to shape up. But Nick Lappin has absolutely lost his spot to Emile Poirier, who was one hell of a restricted free agent signing. Now, Columbus had the first pick, I do believe. So let's see if we can get their second round pick, because that wouldn't be too bad. Not too bad at all, and we can't do that. So let me take a look, because I already forgot we have Ottawa, Calgary, and Minnesota. I should have looked at the second round because it might be different. Boy, we are just firing on all cylinders here. Minnesota has the first two picks of the round, and then Ottawa. Okay, well, it's a good thing that we checked. Let's see if we can get this pick away from the Minnesota Wild. I doubt it, and I don't even know what our draft pick situation is. No first, a second, a couple of thirds. So nothing amazing as far as draft picks go. How about, Minnesota can't do that. Son of a bitch. All right, at this point, I'm just going to try to trade him to wherever the hell I can. How about Toronto? Does Toronto want Nick Lappin for a second-round pick? Son of a bitch. This is more difficult than I anticipated. How about the Carolina Hurricanes, please? Nope. Okay. We'll find somebody. Calgary. I don't want to trade him to Calgary. I don't want to trade him to Calgary. We might have to wait to trade him. I'd like to send him out east, because obviously then we wouldn't have to deal with him. Montreal doesn't work. Will New Jersey work? Please. Shit. You know what? What am I doing? I can just tack on somebody with an expiring deal. I am off my game today. 100%. Let's take a look. Brett Connolly, do you have an expiring deal? You do. Lovely. We will gladly welcome you. No, we won't, because you'd still be over the salary cap. Well, shit. All right, back to Toronto, where we will do the same trick. Someone that has an expiring deal. Lee Stempniak, come on down, and we'll just release you afterward. Let's try to get this second round pick from the Leafs. Will that go through straight up? Probably not, and it won't. Let's tack on a fifth. Will that go through? It will not. But if we tack on a seventh, we should be good to go. So Nick Lappin, a fifth and a seventh to Toronto for their second round pick, and that went through. I am content with that, and it does clear up a little bit of cap space. Now, as far as the idea of trading up into the first round, I don't know if we want to do that necessarily. I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. And by the way, is there anybody that we should potentially want to get rid of here, just so that we don't run into a contract situation? Oscar Lindblom might still become something. I think we're good. So now the question is, do we trade up? It would end up being, I'm sure, a low first round pick. Well, maybe not. You know what? Fuck it. Let's try. Let's try to trade up into the first round. How about... Well, then again, is it worth trading up just to get the 20th pick? You know what? No first round pick this year. No first round pick. The last time we traded up, it went terribly for us. It did. That was in the Bruins series, and we got 3 prospects, and of course the save file magically disappeared. So let's see if I end up regretting that decision. Sergeyev goes first. A couple of elites go first. An elite enforcer to San Jose. Damn. An elite enforcer. So it's looking like we would have traded up for maybe we should have. Maybe we should have. A medium top 6 forward or a medium top 6 defenseman would have been on the cards. Quite a few medium top 4 defensemen. So my draft luck, as compared to like the Vancouver series, hasn't been that great on NHL 17. So it looks like we may have made a mistake, but who knows? Maybe we will find somebody here who is worth drafting, although we are not getting much help from the scouting. Shit. All right, well, let's figure this out. We have Will Fast, Tom Downey. There is a goalie. There's a couple of goalies. And you know the rules about goalies in these higher rounds. You know what? We're going goalies. Even if we don't need them, good value. So we have Sven Hedman, 5'11" goalie, huh? And then Ralph Leach. Yeah, the most Swiss name in the history of that nation. Ralph Leach. Yeah, I mean, it's a shot in the dark. Sven Hedman. We will hope for the best. Medium starter, so he should have pretty decent potential. At least you would hope. Let's see who we passed up on, though, as we scroll back here. So we passed up on a medium top 9, medium 9. So far, so good. I think we made the right choice. We absolutely made the right choice. Now, still, should we have traded up? Yeah, probably, but we didn't. So, oh well, we got to move on. Ralph Leach. Again, it's a goalie, and I like the scouting is giving me absolutely no indication. So let's go. And he's also medium starter, so we get 2 pretty decent goalies that, you know, even if we don't use, we could still, you know, use like on our team or down in Chicago or whatever. We can still trade them. So that worked out pretty well. Now, we do still have a couple of picks here in this round. Is this Joel Lampkin? That'd be funny as hell. It's Jerry Lampkin. Must be his brother. So we have Lampkin, Terrence Tripp, and aside from that, we're not getting much help. Roman Rashinsky, Marcus Engqvist, or Frederick Lindbergh. So we're going to go with Jerry Lampkin, the sniper. And he's medium top 9. Not awful for a third-round pick. Pittsburgh takes Wyshynski. He is also medium top 9, so not the biggest swing and miss. I am going to go with Tripp, though. Terrence Tripp. And we will hope for the best. Medium top 6 isn't terrible. And all things considered, I am all right with that pick. So far, so good here in this draft, of course, aside from not moving up. Now, we do have a goalie in Perot, but we also have this defenseman, Clint Nelson. And I think we will take him. So, Clint Nelson, come on down, and you are also medium. So, are we getting elite prospects here? No, we're not. But we are getting some players that could potentially make the team or could have a little bit of trade value. Now, right here, AHL, but we do have a bottom 6 potential. Who is it? It is Ned Hendry. God, some of these names. Ned. We're taking Ned. Come on down, Ned Hendry. He's medium top 9. Not too bad. These names are fucking atrocious. At least we're not having Gurn Deeps and Bunkas, taken with the number 1 overall pick. But still, pretty shit. Turner. He's the only one with potential. Bob Turner, but he's not AHL top 2. He's AHL top 4. So that is concerning. AHL bottom 6 forward. That is concerning. Overall, the rest of this draft isn't looking that great as far as these potential goes. A lot of unknown players. And then we have exact. So some of these exacts might be the way to go. James Hamblin might be an option. Nick McHugh. We have Elijah Roberts and Jakob Braheny. Right. I guess I'm going to go for the players that at least, it's either we do that or shot in the dark at any of these guys. Like I said, high AHL potential, but top 4, not top 2. That is concerning. So let's go with the exact potentials, and we will start off by taking Hamblin, who I imagine won't be too much better. Medium, hoping for high potential there. But you got to remember, we're in the 5th round. The odds of us finding a gem are pretty slim. But let's take a look. Let's see what we passed up on. I'm sure that we missed out on getting somebody decent. Medium 7th. None of these low potentials really concern me. So yeah, we didn't really miss out on much. It is slim pickings at this point. So let's get our next pick done. Who is it going to be? It is going to be one of those guys with exact potential. Will it be McHugh, Roberts, or Braheny? Braheny is a 6'2" defenseman. Roberts is 5'11", and Nick McHugh. Is Roberts? He's an offensive defenseman, scouted 10 times. Elijah Roberts, come on down. You have been picked by the St. Louis Blues. You are low AHL top 2, so that's not ideal per se. But overall, probably not the worst pick. But he is our last pick in this draft. So, tough to be extremely optimistic coming out of that draft. But like I said, I wanted to save the big moves for the rest of the off season, because we do still have some moves to make. We will, though, quickly take a look at their overalls and potentials after drafting them, and we'll get a little bit of a sneak peek at what we have to do in the re-sign phase. We have some money, so that's good, but I know we're going to have some contracts. Goalie-wise, holy shit. So Brian Elliott is going to be out the door. Brian Elliott's going to be out the door. And you know what? This episode's only been like 14 minutes. Fuck it. Let's just do this. We're already here, and then we'll do the rest of the offseason in the next episode, so it might be a little bit shorter. So Brian Elliott is out the door. Not view profile. Fucking hell. Brian Elliott's out the door. Vevalainen will hopefully be the backup. We need to sign Michael DiPietro to his opening deal, and then we just have that log jam of goalies. Defensively, Sergachev needs a deal. Joakim Ryan, who's been solid, but we're going to let him go because he's not going to get much better than what he is. Same with Morgan Ellis and David Musel. Mackenzie Weegar probably won't get any better, so I'm willing to let him go. Chad Billins, Strachan, pretty much every defenseman on this team is being let go. And actually, goalie-wise, I forgot to look here. Hedman, medium starter, 68 overall at 20 years old, and Leach, medium starter, 64 overall at 19. We will send Sergachev his first NHL deal. Let's go for, 4 years. Now, we could do the 15% thing. I mean, normally, I just don't care enough to do the 15% trick. But, yeah, I mean, I guess we can do it if I can even calculate it properly in my head, which I probably can't. I think that'd be under like $1 million, wouldn't it? Yeah, it'd be like $600K that we're shaving off, which I guess isn't too bad. So we'll go down to 3.6 and see if he accepts that. So there we go. We'll start trying to focus on that again. And then Nelson, 65 overall, Tripp, a 65 overall, and Roberts is only a 60. So don't expect Mr. Elijah Roberts to make this team anytime soon. And we have some contracts to figure out. Lee Stempniak can be like, Lampkin's a 66. Nikita Korostelev, I don't expect him to become anything. We'll let go of him. Stefan Nosen won't become anything. We'll let go of him. We'll save those contracts for a minute. Oh my God, this situation is worse than I thought. Phil DeGiuseppe will be let go. Hannah Kynan will be let go. McLean, who is a prospect that needs his entry-level deal, he needs to be signed. But yeah, we have some big names that need to be re-signed here. Zach Delpe can be let go. Letestu, Nick Dowd, he wasn't terrible this year, but we'll let him go. Lucas Sedlak can go. Brett Howden, we can get him still on a two-way deal for 3 years, so that's good. Since it's a two-way deal, we don't need to worry about the trick. Zukhanov needs a deal as well, and by the way, it's not like 15% of, $925K would be a major deal. Hendry is a 64, and that is pretty much it. So yeah, the prospect situation really didn't improve that much. Let's him forward a day just to make sure that we get some people re-signed here, and then we will continue to worry about these bigger contracts, because there are going to be a few of them. Sergachev did accept, so that is nice, and honestly, doing the 15% thing is going to be helpful in this situation. Everybody accepted, so let's worry about getting some of these players signed. $14 million to work with. We should be fine. There shouldn't be an issue. UFAs were set. It is just these 4 RFAs. We don't have any goalies to worry about, but they are 4 pretty big names. Now, Michael Dow Cole, it's looking like 2 years is going to be the ideal option. That is for sure. So, as you can hear the clicking on my keyboard, because fuck math, am I right? About $800K that we can save. So let's go down. Could probably go to 4.5. Let's just go to like 4.75 to play it safe. Timo Meier, what are you looking for? We might as well, right? The whole 8-year trick that, we have Larson on as well. Might as well do it as cheap as it is, just to save some funds here. And we will go to 185. 185? No, we'll just go to 19 and save us a little bit of money. That's not exactly 15%. Patrick Laine. Do we want to bank on him becoming a superstar? I think we do. So we will try it at 8 years here. And again, we will continue to be a little bit cheap, as I completely fucked up what I was doing. Totally not using a calculator. Not at all. Not at all. Fuck me. Why is this screwing up? What am I doing wrong here? Oh, this is just awful. I don't have my phone over here because I didn't plan on doing it. I was hitting divide. That could be an issue. It's about 850K. So we will just go to 5 million even. Not too bad. And then Emile Poirier, who absolutely earned himself a deal. Let's go in at, I mean, one more year might not be too bad. I'm going to go 2 years. Let's go 2 years. We won't give him exactly, the term. Well, we are giving him exactly the term that he wants. But I don't want to give him too long of a term, just in case, that first season with us was a fluke. But it was a very damn good first season. Now, we should, again, be able to afford all of these guys. No problem. Poirier, Laine, Dowcall, and Timo Meier. Perfect. And that sets us up for free agency and the rest of the offseason, which will happen in the next episode. But I will get you guys a look at the free agent list. Again, not sure what kind of damage we will be able to do. And, whether or not we trade somebody, because, oh my God, that is one of the best situations I've ever seen. I think the answer the question of do we trade somebody to free up some cap space? Yeah, I think we do. Because if we could land Carlson or Doughty, things will be looking pretty damn good. So in the next episode, needless to say, there are some players that we could go for, including, holy shit, Timothy Liljegren is a free agent. Washington didn't sign him. Denis Gurianov is there. And again, there are no handcuffs. I don't care about this series being fair. If teams are letting go of their best prospects, we will absolutely go for them. So needless to say, this team is going to change drastically in the next episode. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are as well. As always, though, if you did enjoy this episode, make sure to hit that like button to help support me and my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already to continue following this series and others, because who knows what's going to happen in the next episode. It should be a good one. I hope you agree, and I hope to see you then. And until then, I'll catch you guys later.